Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. So today I'd like to share with you on an essential brief review on the core of Buddhist meditation, Zen, Qigong, martial art, and healing art. The reason I like to share this with you today is this is for those of us who really want to learn something worthy, get somewhere, and be able to know exactly what is going on. Because there are many people, many friends who contacted me who really need this information to make sense out of things. So if you are serious, please watch this. If you just like entertainment, you can watch this so that you know more on what is going on. Now, when I was young, I studied with many teachers, and they always told me about the materialistic and superstar era. At that time, I have no idea what it is. Even though at that time I live in Asia, and then I just want to be a design engineer, I want to be a superstar design engineer, and so forth, so forth, so forth. So that's why I want to come to Silicon Valley and so forth. So that when my teacher told me the materialistic and superstar era, I really have no idea what it is. I just say, okay, I just learned this, and I just going along with it, whatever they say. Now I am 60s, time to retire, and then suddenly I see, oh my God, now this is what they are telling me about. So, in the world we live today, there is no body tree. The body tree is money tree. Okay. Well, we don't want to blame people because in the materialistic and superstar era, it is based on this. This is the body tree, the money tree. Okay. And all the mindfulness, the meditation, Qigong, high performance, my way, is actually serving this money tree, this materialistic superstar and era. Okay. And because of serving this materialistic world or era, well, marketing equal to guru, equal to dharma talk, equal to expert, equal to researchers, equal to how much dollar is whatever you want or whatever we want. That's just the world, okay? Everything have a dollar signs. Now, that's why if we today ask the questions, where are the arhats? Okay, the real accomplished monks, like in the Buddha's time. Where are they? In this materialistic and superhero world, which filled with all kinds of enlightenment monks and gurus and experts. Now, this is a serious issue. You can hear 10 million people talk about all kinds of meditations, all kinds of Buddha's teaching or Qigong or whatever, energy and mindful, everything. But then you look around. Where are the arhats? Where are the real accomplished monks? We want to see that, right? But instead, what we heard, what we see, whether it is an interview in the televisions or in the books and all kind of stuff, it never show the arhat. but all kinds of marketing and Dharma talk, and it seems that everybody is circling here, and there is no arhats around. So this is a big issue, okay? Because how can we learn something when there is no arhat around, or somebody who have accomplished the teaching of Buddhas and all this sort of stuff? Well, it is a different era, right? The era of materialistic and superstar era. So how are we going to get out of this? Because like it or not, we are human. We can live in this materialistic and superstar era. Like now I'm 60s. Probably gonna die soon, okay? And the materialistic, all this dollar sign trees, a type of meditations, mindfulness, Qigong, high performance, my way, Dharma talk, all cannot serve me anymore. Okay? So today I like to share with you something which I hope that the more people know about this, the more people will go research on it, work on it, and accomplish. Because we need another world, more than this materialistic superstar world. We need another world which is coexist. Otherwise, it is a mess. Now, in order to know what is really going on, instead of sitting in Dharma talk and keeping listening hours and hours going nowhere, we need something which is showing us what is going on this enlightenment, on this mindfulness, on all the stuff. It's not just listen to all kinds of gurus, all kinds of grandmaster or monks or expert or researcher to keeping talking and talking and talking, where it gives no solutions but all different type of opinions. So if we really want to get into this technology, or this human side, or non-materialistic superstar era type of Buddhism, Qigong, martial arts, meditations, healing, and all kinds of stuff, there are 2 books we need to read. And good that this is the information world, and then they still exist. So the first book is this book. Okay, this is a Chinese book written by a monk, Zhi Yi, which is about 1,500 years ago. Very rare people in the West know about this book. And even in Buddhism, not much people know this book. However, this is the book influenced the Chinese Buddhism, the Qigong, the meditation practice, the Chinese martial art, and the healing art for past 1,500 years. This is the book. Okay? And when I see this translation, I am really glad that it is translated, so we can look into and find out what is going on for us from the West. We really cannot just going from one grandmaster, one monk, one meditation teacher to the other one. Okay, we need to know what is going on. We need to know, like in engineering school, one need to know the basic of it. Okay, what is the content, what is the scope, what is the big picture, what is the details. Now, beside this book, this classic, okay, this is the essential of Buddhist meditations, the essentials of practicing calming and insight dhyana meditations. So the title, when the monk, the great monk Zhi 1,500 years ago wrote this book, the title is The Essence of Practicing Calming and Insight and Dhyana Meditations. Okay. So in today's language, we can say that this is the classic or Samatha Vipassana meditation manual by the great Tiantai meditation master, okay, Zhi. So this book is actually his practice and how he accomplished, how he shows step by steps how thing works and what it is need to work. It is not like today. Mindfulness meditations is a Buddhist meditations, and one going down there sit and scanning the body or counting the breath. No. I'm going to share with you today there is much more than that. It is practically a lifestyle changing. Otherwise, the thing won't work. Okay? And another book, another classic we need to read is the Srangama Sutta. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. Again, it is related to the Samatha Vipassana or the calming and insight meditations. So we know the root, we can see the root, we can see the big picture, we can see the details. Only that we have hope to accomplish, to get what we working or investing into. Otherwise, we are running into this kind of stuff. And I don't want to blame people on all those kind of marketing, because this is the world we live into, and it is really tough if one want to get out of this. At one point, one of my monk teacher told me this. He said, Hendrik, if there is teacher who want to tell you and strict to teach you, but do not require any money at all, then you learn from him. If before he teach you or something, he asks for money, don't study with him. Okay? That's what my teacher told me. And of course, today it is this materialistic world, then things might change a little bit, because even the monk, the teacher, they need living. However, the attitude of, is it the teaching is more important or is the money is more important? If the teaching is more important, then that is the real teaching. If before saying anything they say, well, you pay me this much monthly fee or whatever, then it is a different issue. Okay? So bottom line is, what's the goal? Okay, is that the teaching or it is the profit or the money? Now, so this two classic is extremely critical. Those who do meditations, especially those who do Buddhist meditations, instead of getting all different everywhere, different type of talk, different type of books, study this too. Now, This book is a 1,500 years old classic that influenced the meditation, Qigong, martial art, and medicines of China, or the healing art of China. Okay, this is no bluffing. This is a real deal. Okay, it is so influential. But you look around, how many people really read it? How many people really understand what is going on there? Now, the Surangama in the complete the complete name is, the complete title is the Sutta of Foremost Surangama at the Great Buddhist Summit concerning the Tathagata's secret cause of cultivation, his certifications to complete meaning, and all bodhisattva of myriad practice. So this is talking about cultivations and practice. This is the technology. And this is the heart, the core of Zen Buddhism. Okay, this is the practice of Zen Buddhism, the core of it. If one want to be arhat, one want to be enter the stream or become a stream enter, and then the first fruit, second, third, fourth, one need to read this book. Okay, this classic, one need to study this. And as we know, this is the Chan Pratyak of the Chinese, Chan Pratyak Xu Yun, who is the well-known, verified, certified Chan Patriarch. He is promoting this teaching of the Surangama. And this is the late Venerable Shenhua, one of his students who come to America, translate this. Okay. So this is critical life and death stuff. This two classic is critical life and death. Now, let me share with you something. The Grandmaster, the Buddhist monk Zhiyi, and the Surangama Sutra. So 1,500 years ago, Grandmaster Zhiyi, even though he's an accomplished Buddhist monk, okay, at that time, an Indian Dharma master, at that time, Buddhist monks go to China because they want to transfer this Buddhist technology to China. Okay? And at that time, Grandmaster Zhiyi learned about the Surangama Sutta. He did not read it. He learned about there such Surangama Sutta. Okay? He never seen it, and he was moved to bow to the West in the hope that he would one day see this sutta. Okay? So, even though Grandmaster Qi is an accomplished monk, he bowed to the West every day for 18 years. However, in the end, he did not see this sutta. It's not like today. You go to Amazon.com in the Kindle's book. You can order it right away in front of your face in 1 day or right away if you have Kindles, right? So this is how important is this thing. It is a sutta, even the expert, the accomplished one would like to see it. However, at that time, Surangama Sutta is proclaimed as natural treasure. Okay? so it cannot be exported. So it's like today's IP, okay, the high-tech IP that it cannot be exported. And so what happened? That is a Buddhist monk. His name is Paramiti. Paramiti is the person who transport or smuggling this Surangama Sutta to China. It's like, it just, in today's word, he just took the IP, move it to China. Okay? So how did he do it? He wrote the sutta in minute character on extreme fine silk, wrote it up, sealed it with wax, and then cut open his arm and placed the small scroll inside his flesh. Next, he applied medicines to the wound and wait for it to heal. And then he bring to China. When the wound healed, he set out for China and passed through the border guard without incident, since the sutra was well concealed. And then he arrived at Canton province and meet the Prime Minister Fang Yong, and then who invite him to reside at the temple in Canton while he translates the sutta. So this is why Surangama is so important. It is the high-tech of the high-tech. It is the core of the technology. Okay? Today, it's so easy for us to get it in Amazon.com or in the website. We never really read it. And so these two books, they are all about technology or practice, which is I'm going to show you why it is more important in more details so that you be able to study it. Okay? So, those models I showed you guys a few days ago. This is the awareness, true mind, and then there's thinking, discrimination, imaginations, and this is fault minds. And if you use this, your enlightenment, if you go this way, then it's attachment and suffering. You know, where is this from? This is a model. This is using our Western culture, the engineering way of model, like the control system, to model what is said in the Surangama Sutta. This is the key of it. In the Sutta, the Buddha said, what are the two Ananda? The first is the root of beginningless birth and death, which is the mind that seized upon conditions and that you and all living beings now make use, taking it to be self-nature. The second is primal pure substance of beginningless body nirvana. It is the primal bright essence of consciousness that brings forth all conditions. Because of condition, you consider it to be lost. Living beings lost sight on the original brightness, therefore thought they use it to the end of their days. They are unaware of it, and without intending to enter the various destinies. So the second one is talking about this awareness, the Buddha nature, body nirvana. The first one, the root of beginningless birth and death, that is this thing. And we actually use it every day. We start with awareness and we really lead into thinking, discrimination, imaginations, and we keep spiral here. Like, for example, the really easy stuff to say is we can notice something, aware something, and the next thing we right away lead us into thinking, emotions, and we trap there. And we are not aware of this anymore, so we consider this as lost. So that is the Surangama models, okay? Now, One thing is about this sutta, it actually warns us in order to get into, not to get into the demonic state or physiological delusive state of us when we practice the samatha, cultivate samatha and vipassana. So you say that you are still not aware of the subtle demonic. Okay, so this demonic is the states you get in that can occur when you cultivate samadhi, samatha and vipassana. Okay, so because you cannot recognize the demonic state, so one need to practice sila or precepts. So when one go through from the intelligent world to the natural world, go through all these things, one is using sila to actually guide one, because if one do not have the guide, when one's mind is not aware, then that is problem. Okay, so that is all from the Shrangama Sutta have that. Okay, the precepts, and that is to get one, precepts to get one out of this trap. Okay, so precepts in Buddhism or sila, it is not a type of dogma. Okay, and it is a tools to help that we do not get trapped when we go through all the states. Okay, going through the skandhas, or how when we want to get back from this false mind or trap there. Okay, so this is very important. So as you know, in the sutta it say you might be troubled by demons from your own skandhas. Okay, when you go here, you're trapped in today's language is your psychological states in the 5 skandha where you face them. Okay, so this is important, and this is all presented in the Shrangama. Now, let's switch gear. Okay, but we're going to talk about the same thing still. Now, this book, right, this classic, this is about the essence of practicing calmness and insight, dhyana meditations, or classic samatha vipassana meditation, right? Everybody know vipassana today, right? Look at the content. Okay, this is the content. Fulfillments of prerequisite conditions, reunifications of desire, eliminate of hindrance, making adjustment, utilizing skillful means, the actual cultivation, manufacturing of the roots and goodness, manifestations of the root and goodness, recognize the works of demons, treatment of disorder, realizations of the fruit. This meaning that how can you know you already accomplished or you do not accomplish. Now, the first chapter, fulfillment of prerequisite condition. You know what is that? Precepts. 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 All kinds of precepts. Okay? So as in Surangama, you need these precepts. So when one practices those mindfulness, meditation or anything, the first thing, one need to get this clear. Otherwise, one can trap here and thinking, spiraling here and thinking, hey, you know, I'm enlightenment master. In fact, one is like this guy. Okay? He mistake this bhikkhu or the monk who reached the 4 dhyana state and claimed that he had realized sagehood. Okay, so he's not Arahat, but he thought that he's already claimed. So in terms of model is that monk is actually somewhere here. He's not even broken or illuminate his 5 skandhas yet, but here he thought that, hey, I become enlightenment already, I'm the Arhat. Trap, okay? So got to be watch out on this kind of stuff, okay? So the first thing we need to learn here, if you want to practice mindfulness, meditations, vipassana, all those kind of stuff, watch out for the precepts. If one cannot even hold the precept, like not stealing, not lying, well, how mindful is one? Just think about it, okay? So this is the first thing we need to know, okay? If we look into the carefully in chapter 4, making adjustment, you look at how they need to do in terms of practice samatha and vipassana. Okay, so he said prelim considerations. Adjustment in food, that means your diet. Adjustment in sleep. Adjustment in the body, breath, and mind. And then when entering meditations, how do you sit it down, arrange the feet, clothing, hand, adjustment in breath when entering meditations. Okay, the types of breath. You look at this. This is really engineering, really scientific, really technological, okay? And if you look at that, talk about the body, how to handle it, like adjust the body, occur the body, become even lax or tense, all kind of stuff, okay? Either tail or cook, and then say adjust the breath, okay? How you need to adjust, and there's windy breathing, uneven breathing, okay? And then the mind, the float, the sinking, the lax, the urgent, all these are talking about states, okay? Now, if we get into the breathing, okay, chapter 4, adjustment, there's uneven breathing, there's ordinary breathing, there's subtle breathing, and then it had the effect of each type breathing. This is scientific stuff, the cause and effect, how you're handling it, okay? And then they come with the adjustment techniques. So it is a technology. How you get in is not like you sit down there, you just go counting your breath. Forget about it, okay? Those stuff is just, it's hopeless, okay? When 1,500 years ago, when people need to do all of this thing in order to meditate, get into practice of samatha and vipassana, they need all this technology. They've already sought all this detail out. And today we are in a high-tech world, modern science, everybody doing research in university on mindfulness and have no idea on this. So I often ask, how the hell is this thing get result in your scientific research when you are missing those stuff, which is even 1,500 years ago, people who practice it know that you are missing, okay? Now, you want to talk about something called the 6 healing sounds. The 6 healing sounds. 6 healing sounds. Everybody talk about today in Qigong, in martial arts, the 6 healing sounds. This is where this book, he talk about the 6 healing sounds. Okay? This is where the 6 kinds of subtle energetic breathing to treat disorder. Okay? This is the 6 healing sounds. So, 1,500 years ago, the monk Zhiyi wrote this book, and then this thing spread out, and it influenced Chinese martial art, the Shaolin. When they said, the immovable heart, the mind, it influenced this is the technology, the mother of those stuff. And this thing is actually consistent with the Surangama Sutta. Okay? So if you look at that, this classic from Zhiyi, Grandmaster Zhiyi, is actually an explanation of the basic of Surangama Sutta. If you want to practice Surangama Sutta, see, at that time, it already hundreds of years after the Buddha Nirvana. So there are many things people have no idea what it is anymore, especially when the technology transferred to China. And this book is actually go and accomplish it and describe the basic. So when one practices the Surangama, one be able to know what it is. Okay? So that's why you know that the monk Zhiyi, Buddhist monk Zhiyi, bowed to the West, to the India side for 18 years, hoped that he would see this high tech. But he didn't see it. Surangama come in after he passed away. Okay? So that is how serious this thing is. Okay? So one cannot simply say, hey, I just go practice 6 healing sound like today, okay, in the YouTube. Oh, everybody practice 6 healing sound. Well, if you don't have the basic, how the world are you gonna do it? How are you gonna handle it? Because at here, for example, it say that even the breathing, you have ordinary breathing, subtle breathing, you have uneven breathing, you have wind breathing, all sort of stuff. Okay? You look at that. Okay? Windy breathing, uneven breathing, ordinary breathing, subtle breathing. So unless you can handle this, how are we going to do anything with it? Okay, so we can all sitting down there and talk, sitting under the money trees, okay? Sitting under this tree. Sitting under this tree and talk. And then you come to learn from me. I need you pay me $1,000 for this, $500 for that. Top secret. But how is that possible when we don't even know what is people talking about in the very basic way 1,500 years ago? Now we're stuck. And all those grandmaster and gurus, expert researchers title going down to the drain if they really know about it. This is just a simple basic. Now, if you have a grandmaster who taught all kinds of stuff and we don't know about this, then that is a problem. Okay? Or if I know this and I just don't want to tell you because it's secret, then there's a problem too. Because the heart is not pure. This stuff, the teaching of Buddhas, is not to make money. Okay? That's the bottom line. Is get one out from suffering. Look at the vow of the medicine Buddha. And today what it turned into. Okay? So, the reason I wrote this book, if you look at that, I say that this book takes the scientific and systematic approach to present the common denominators of the ancient medicine practice. These common denominators are based on Buddhism's Anapanasati Sutta, Surangama Sutta, and the essential of practicing calmness insight by Samatha Zhiyi. I just show you, right? And the Confucian's Great Learning and traditional Chinese medicines, Yellow Emperor Classics. So why I wrote this book? is because there are many things here. Like for example, the breathing here, okay? Like this natural, subtle breathing, ordinary breathing, subtle breathing. It is clear for them at that time. For us today is what it is, okay? And that is why I wrote that book. This book. Again, model this human into the physical mind, breathing, and neural energy neural. Okay, so how is that look into this? You see this making adjustment. Money, your body, breath, and mind. Okay, and you talk about the body, the physical conditioning, the breathing conditioning, the mind conditioning. That is where this thing come in. Because if we don't have this model, we cannot solve the issue. We do not know how to read what happened in the past. Okay? Now, and showing this, the calmness, awareness, if you want insight, if we don't have calmness, how can we do calmness insight meditations? And that's why over here I say Buddhist Vipassana meditations, okay, and you have this calmness and insight map. And here say in general, insight meditation is practiced only after one has accomplished a certain level of calmness. This is to make sure observations, introspections, directions, and support by necessary calmness, stability, or mindfulness. You simply, there are all kinds of stuff there. So if we don't have the basic, it's tough. It's not even tough. It's not very likely, if I'm going to use the diplomatic word. To the strict talk, no bullshit talk is impossible. Okay? So I invite you all. You just go get this book, very good book, and it's just only is a very affordable price. You read it, and then you look around all the expert writing or the gurus teaching in the world today in meditation, and you see for yourself how is that compared. How much details there is missing. How far is all this teaching today can reach, or it is stay circling around in the surface, again going nowhere. Okay. So as the breathing, because breathing is important, like the windy breathing, I show it here. The second state of breathing is panting. This breathing is forceful, and actually that is to present this breathing stuff in today's language so we can get it. Okay? There are many things we need to know how to get it. That's why over here it said, lay down comfortably, physical element, relax. How do you get it? Okay. Over here it said the third breathing state is the effortless natural breathing. This is an effortless natural lower abs breathing. One can experience and identify this state of breathing by following these 3 steps. So I give up the steps, and this is the model as I show you in the different of this video here. Well, and here it say that the aware of the breathing without any expectations or manipulations. This is to experience how breathing runs naturally, effortlessly by its own resonant frequency. Okay. If we have no idea on this, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Chapter 6, the cultivation, the calming and insight meditation. How are we going to do it? How can we handle calming insight meditation, countering sinking and floating? Okay, how are we going to handle it? Countering the subtle mind states. How? It doesn't make any sense anymore. And how are we going to practice this Qigong today? We call it. How? So before is like when you say, oh, this is a energy, subtle energy breath. Okay, like this translation says subtle energy breath. Well, actually these translations have an issue. It is not chi or prana. It is based on insight based or contemplation or awareness. And this breath is actually using the resonant frequency breath of this thing, breathing of this thing. Okay, and the translator is doing his best to translate. Okay, paying attention that he's translating, that he's not the expert of the 6 type of breath. So this is using the effortless natural resonance state of breathing with visualizations to practice that. Okay. So that's why if we don't have this, we do not know how to decode. We don't understand what a monk Zhiyi said in certain things in the practice, and then we stuck. Okay. So when I work with the artificial intelligence, I look into this digital medicine. Okay, the digital medicines, and this day they say, oh, later on when people have burnt out, probably you just let the MD prescribe the medicines applications for certain people, so they just do meditation with their smartphone application. I look into it and I say, oh my God, what are you guys doing? And that's why in this book, I wrote this book. In this book, it is to brought back on what the Zhiyi and the Srangama and so forth, the teaching and the practice and those are big data in today's works, right? Because you have thousands of years people practice that. Okay, so the idea is to have this the practice of Zhiyi or Srangama, the common denominator. You model it, and after you model it, you get the meditation process modeling. You actually fuse it with the machine learning of the AI, artificial intelligence. That is what is possible today. Okay, that's why I wrote this book, because this book is intended for the people who doing this work, doing it properly, and have these 2 massive big data to rely on, instead of going try error. And I just want to produce a product for sake of I want to produce product. Okay, or my meditation of this, my meditation of that. Why is this? But we need this, okay, because it's a human 1,000 years old of practice. We know what it is, okay. So that is the idea. We are getting into the artificial intelligence worlds. Don't we need this? If we continue to go this way, and we get into the artificial intelligence world, and then you turn out to be all kinds of manipulative stuff to manipulate your psychology, your physiology. Try and error. We don't even know the so-called quote-unquote demonic state one might get into. What good is all those smartphone applications? What good is all this this type of stuff, the meditation practice? We have no idea that we are running into demonic state, or in today's word is actually going off track for healthy psychological state. Okay? So that's what it is. Now, for the martial arts, this book I wrote, the Wing Chun, Basic Wing Chun Art and Science. Well, this book actually is, I think, is more proper to call it the Basic Traditional Chinese Martial Art and Science. Well, if you look at the breathing, so your 6 core element, 13 state, which is using in the Chinese martial arts. You look at this. Breathing, noise, panting, the chest breathing, the natural breathing. Where is that from? Well, it is this thing. And it elaborate easier so that it's easier to understand. So, if people say that they are training in the internal art, Qigong, all kinds of stuff, if they do not know this state of the quiet peace, the body and the thing, which is actually the common denominator of this thing, making adjustment, okay, the body, breath, and mind. How is one supposed to learn anything? How is one supposed to accomplish anything? Well, we can all advertise, we can all make claims, but does it really do that way? 1,000 years, for thousands of years? And sometimes when I ask people to watch for their diets, the first lesson as what I teach in the Human Operating System class, and I say, no, watch your diet. Your diet. Many people thinking they don't need this. They just want to go jump right away into deep stuff, okay? They are breathing, they are all this kind of stuff. Well, that again is getting into this thing. I pay you money, I want my stuff. I want to do this, I want to manipulate this. There's this thing, okay? Well, as usual, when I teach class, when people do those kind of stuff, not following instructions, I kick them out from class. Period. Why? Because the bottom line is I am trying my best so that people know this thing, know what is in this thing. There are enough expert, guru, grandmaster, researcher teaching people about this. Okay? And my goal is this thing. That's why when I teach my class, okay, I tell people, so at first I teach it free. You know what? People don't take me serious. And I keeping trying for decades. Okay? If I don't charge tuition fee, nobody pay attention. Even if I charge tuition fee, somebody still don't follow instructions. Well, how are you going to learn? Okay? So there's a problem. So the world is like this. If it is not charged a lot of tuition fee, people think it's worth nothing. Only last week I told one of the very successful founder and CEOs in the Silicon Valley. I say, you know what? Because Hendrik have this big His Holiness Venerable title. When I'm talking about meditation, nobody listen. Okay, maybe next time, please tell your friend that I'm going to charge $1 million US. Otherwise, I'm not going to teach. Because it is really tough. Because we have all this mentality here. Okay. So today I share with you all this. You know, if you study this, if you can make sense out of it, you can understand out of it, you have a teacher who is good, you don't need this book. You don't need me. Okay? But if you don't understand, then probably you need somebody to help you, okay? However, go get these 2 books if you really, really, really want to get something or learn something worthwhile, okay? And you just get it, okay, from Amazon, okay? Tomorrow you will get it delivered to your home, okay? Just get these 2 books, okay? And you see the real thing. So, this essential brief review which I like to share with you is not about me. It's about, please know these 2 books. If you want to do research, you want to really do good thing to humankind, please read it. It's worldwide to help yourself and help others. Of course, there are no money you can earn here because I have no secret here. But we live in a world. It's not just this. Okay, there's another part of the world that we are human, and it cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. So this is to share with you today.